Welcome to A Few Thoughts About, the show where we dig into thinking and how it shapes our experience of life. Each week, I share insights and observations to get you thinking. No long lectures, just quick, thought-provoking episodes to shift perspectives so that you can make the change you want to make. Let's get into it. Hey, before we get started, I want to invite you to join me and my good friends Sam and Ellie for some free coaching calls. So we have been having such a great time in our membership and the stuff that we've done in the Live, Present, and Sober group, and we want to share that with people. We are hosting a completely free coaching call. A totally free call where you can join us. Sometimes it'll be all three of us. Sometimes it'll just be one of us. Sometimes it'll be two of us. You never know what you're going to get, but you will absolutely get a fantastic opportunity to ask questions, to get coached, and to be part of a conversation. So if you have been curious, if you've been like, man, I really wonder what those three weirdos are doing on their calls, I want to invite you to join us. There is a link in the show notes where you can go and get signed up. These calls happen once a month. We're rotating times, we're rotating days. So if you go sign up, you will get emails that will tell you when the calls are going to be and how you can join. So please come join Sam and Ellie and I for free Live, Present, and Sober coaching calls. They are going to be awesome. That is it for me. Let's start the show. Well, hello there, and welcome to A Few Thoughts About Letting Go. I wanted to cover this topic because it's something that comes up all the time, right? You'll hear people, whether it's in a change process, like, oh, I just can't let go of needing alcohol to have fun, or I just can't let go of feeling like I need something to handle my stress, or just in general, sort of dealing with our thinking, right? If you're feeling anxious or sad or depressed about something, people will tell us all the time, let it go. But the thing that is annoying to me, I don't know if maybe it's annoying to you, is that they very rarely tell us how. Like, no one really explains what that means. And it's almost like there's this implication that we should just have some switch that we flip in our head, and then we just like let go of that thought. And chances are, if you've tried this in the past, you probably noticed that thought coming back over and over and over. Like, if you've tried to actively stop thinking about something, you just think about it more. Like, I remember, one of the many times that I got very worried about money, and it was a particular financial situation, the details of which are completely unimportant, but it was on my mind. And it was one of those things where it's like, oh, this isn't something that gets solved right away. Like a lot of financial worries, like it takes time for things to work out. And so I was at this particular moment where I had the problem. I kind of saw the solution, but there was really nothing to do. And so I said to myself, hey, dude, stop thinking about it. There's not much to do here. Just let go. It didn't work. I mean, there were periods of time where, like, yeah, I could go do something, read a book, maybe watch a show, hang out with my wife and have a conversation, but it always seemed to come back. The fact is that we cannot force ourselves to let go of something. Actually, thoughts that cause an emotional reaction make us really think like, oh, there is something out there I need to deal with. Like with my money thought, like the emotion that it caused, the anxiety and the worry and the stress that it caused, all of that, to my brain, all of that was a signal like, hey, something's wrong. We have to do something. And so even though logically I knew that wasn't the case, the signal that my brain was getting, the signal that my body was getting is like, oh, we need to do something about this, right? We need to act. But there was no act to take. And so there I was going round and round in circles. The funny thing, and I realized this eventually in doing the work that I do, the funny thing is that we naturally let go of stuff all the time. Like, I can tell you now about this story of the financial issue and not letting go of that. I can look back on it. I have definitely let that go. I can give you a list. I mean, there is not enough storage space on any computer in the universe for me to list all of the times that I have felt embarrassed or sad or stressed. Right? The ideas that I would have about, relationships and people I connected to or wanted to connect to, or whether they liked me, all of my fears that I've experienced over my entire life. The same thing with you. Every single one of them has faded, right? They've gone away. This financial worry faded, not because something was fixed, because new things started showing up. And that's the core of what I wanted to discuss today. The core idea is that we hold on to these things because they feel important. You have a thought, it causes an emotion. I've got to focus on it. I've got to pay attention to it. And sometimes maybe it feels like I'm protecting myself. Sometimes maybe it feels like I need to do this in order to be okay in some way. Sometimes maybe it feels like we cannot put them down, no matter how hard we try. But the thing that helps us isn't holding on. It's always letting go. And when I say letting go, I'm not talking about an act of like consciously saying, okay, I am now going to let go of this thought and it is gone. Again, I've tried that. If it works for you, great. And best of luck to you. But that has never been the case for me. The thing that changes it is fresh thinking. The thing that changes it, the thing that allows us to let go, is to make space for other thoughts, to make space for other experience to arise. And this is where over and over and over, when I look back over this stuff, this is where I actually saw things change. Like if I go back to my worry about money, my finance worry, which by the way is like a consistent thing that I've lived with most of my adult life. It was only when I turned my attention elsewhere and when I allowed space for other things to come in that I realized, look at that, I let that go. When I was able to see that my focusing on the problem was the problem, when I was able to see that the emotion I was feeling was because of my thoughts about it, not because something had to be done, when I was able to see all of that for the illusion that it was, I was able to make a little bit of space. And this is the thing, and I know you've heard me talk before about the river of thought that is constantly flowing through our minds. When that river gets blocked, when a problem comes up and we put a dam in that river and we say, I need to fix this right now, new thought can't flow in. And it just builds up. And we start focusing and we start feeling like we can't let go. We can't let go because the dam's there. Because we haven't let those other thoughts move. We haven't made space for fresh thought. So my suggestion to you today is that maybe letting go isn't about forcing yourself to not think about something, right? Maybe it isn't about trying to make yourself think about something else. Isn't it about using power and, trying to force your brain to work in a certain way? Maybe it's about creating space. Maybe it's about just giving yourself space and time for that fresh thinking to pop up. And instead of trying to force it to change right now, maybe it's about sitting back into it, creating that space for yourself and seeing what happens. It's really funny how we go from this idea of like, I need to control the way things are going, how we go from that into, I'm going to just open up and see what happens. In my experience, and I'd love to hear from you about it, every single time I sit back and get curious, things start to change. That's when something finally lets go. That's when I finally let that thought move through. So that's what I'd like to suggest to you. Maybe letting go isn't a process, right? Maybe it isn't a thing that you need to do or force yourself to do. Maybe it's about relaxing and creating space and remembering the fact that that river of thought is going to continue to flow. All you need to do is let it. Well, there you go. What do you think? Those few thoughts about letting go, go send me an email, scottpena.com/podcast. I'm always there. I always enjoy hearing from you. That is it for me. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll be back again next week.